Hello everyone, this is Madhavi Karamudi, Assistant Professor in CSE Department. In this lecture, I'll talk about PHP arrays. So how the array will be created, what are the different categories of arrays, and how to perform the operations of the arrays. And some example programs are on arrays we will see in this lecture. First of all, let me explain what is an array. So just like other programming languages, here also in PHP also, array is one kind of data structure that allows us to store multiple values of similar data type. So in PHP, for creating an array, here we will use array function. So if you can see the types of the arrays in PHP, here there are three categories of arrays. First category is indexed array or numeric array. So in this indexed array, the elements will be stored in the sequential manner, one after the other, and every value of that array will be accessed by using the index. Okay, here in this category, the indexes will be in the form of numbers. Always the first element will be stored at index 0, and second element will be stored at index 1, and so on. Nth element will be stored at index n minus 1 position. And the second category of the arrays in PHP is associative arrays. So here, unlike indexed arrays, in associative arrays, the indexes will be the strings. So in this associative array, the values will be stored in the form of key value pairs. So each time if you are accessing, if you want to access any element from the associative array, by using the key value, we need to access that particular value. So here key refers to the string index. Okay, this is about associative array. Now coming to the multi-dimensional array. So in PHP, multi-dimensional array means array of arrays. Here multiple arrays in one array is called as a multi-dimensional array. So in multi-dimensional array, if you want to access any one of the element from this, then we need to use multiple indexes. Instead of single index, here we need to use multiple indexes. We'll see how to create all these arrays with the example programs in coming slides. Now see how many ways we can create an arrays in PHP. So generally in any programming language, straight away by assigning the value, we can create the array. But here in PHP, there is one speciality of PHP arrays is we can create the arrays in PHP by using array function. Okay, so here whatever name you want to use for the array, that name equal to array of the values of the array. So this is the one of the important way for creating the array. So the meaning of this statement is, here I am creating one array with the name colors, and in that array I am storing the values red, green and white. So this is one of the way for creating the array. If you see the second way for creating the array, this is normal traditional way, just like our C-based languages. Here also directly we can assign the values for each and every position. So $colors of 0 equal to red. That means here I am creating the array of array with the name $colors. In that first index I am storing the value red. In second index, that is index 1, we are storing value green. And in third position at index 2, we are storing the array value as white. So this is the normal way of creating the array. And if you see the third way of creating the array is by using range functions. This is very much important to know about this range function. This is the one of the speciality of arrays in PHP. So here, suppose if you want to create an array with consecutive numbers, with some range of numbers like from 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 like that, means if you want to store continuous numbers 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 like that in the array, then we need to go for range function. Okay, so in this range function, you have to specify the range of values you want to store in the array. Suppose here, if you see the statement, $data equal to range of 1, 4. That means I am creating one array with the name data, And in that, I am storing the values 1 to 4 continuously. That means the value 1 will be stored at index data of 0, the value 2 will be stored at index data of 1, 3 will be stored at index data of 2, and 4 will be stored at index data of 3. Similarly, if you want to create an array with for characters from A to Z continuously, then we can write like this: $data of range of A comma Z. Okay, so can you differentiate the these two types of ways of creating the array? Here we need to specify what values you want to store. But here, whenever you decide to store the continuous numbers in the array elements position, then we need to go for range function. Okay, so these are the three main ways for creating numeric arrays. Now see how to create indexed arrays, associative arrays. But before going to see about associative arrays, I'll show some one example program on this indexed array. See here, in PHP, in the first lectures itself, I told you, always the PHP is written inside the HTML language, HTML tags. So for writing the PHP, we need to, that entire PHP code, we need to write inside the PHP tags. Okay. So see here I am creating, just see these statements. So here I am creating one array with the name fruits. So here I am creating that array by using array function. So here I am storing these 4 values in that fruits array, right? After storing, now I want to print that elements of the array. So not all the elements. Now I want to choose, or I want to print only few values of that array. So in PHP, we have echo function for printing the values on the screen. So here I am using echo, and here I am printing some string like I like. Okay, so as it is, I want to print this string on the screen. That is the reason why I am writing this string inside the double quotes and this dot operator. As we know about this dot operator, in PHP, this dot operator is used for concatenating 2 strings. Okay, so here the content of fruits of 0 for that string, I am attaching this first string like I like. Okay, so what is the $fruits of 0? So here whenever you create an array with these 4 elements, apple will be stored at index 0, and this will be stored at index 1, this will be stored at index 2, and this will be stored at index 3. Now here of fruits 0 represents the excuse me. Of fruits of 0 represents the apple. So here I am printing I like apple, and next string also I am concatenating with this. So comma, Goa and mango. So here fruits of 2 is Goa and fruits of 3 is mango. So like this, I can print the statement on the screen. I like apple, comma, Goa and mango. So that will be printed on the screen. Suppose next content, if you want to display in the next line, then we need to write break tag, but directly you cannot write break tag inside the PHP code. Always you have to write HTML content using inside the double quotes. So inside the double quotes, I'm writing 3 BR tags for attaching, for concatenating next output in 3 different, I'm including 3 blank lines after this. Okay, now see, here I'm using count function for calculating or for counting number of elements in this fruits array. So how many number of elements are there in this fruits array? 4. So this count function will return 4 as a result. Okay, so similar to this count function, we have one more function for printing the contents of the array, that is by using print r function, print underscore r. But unlike count function, this print underscore r function will display the contents of all the elements with the description. Like array of 0 is apple, array of 1 is banana, array of 2 is guava, array of 4 is mango. Like that it will display. Now see, suppose here I am using, let us see this statement. Suppose if you want to copy one array contents into another array. So here, just like a variable assignment, we can do in case of arrays also. Suppose here, I want to copy the contents of $fruits into $fruits1. So for that, directly assign it by using assignment operator. Right? Now, see, here we can see one more function like unset function. By using this unset function, we can delete the content of that particular array. Suppose here, for this unset function, I am passing $fruits1 of 1. That means in this fruits1, I am copying all the contents of fruits array. That means here all the 4 elements will be copied into fruits1. So after that, I am deleting fruits1 content. Fruits1 first element I am deleting. So what is the first index element? Banana. So that element I am removing from the fruits1 array. Right? This unset function is for deleting the specified element from the array. So next to see, after deletion, I just want to print the size of the array again, or I want to check the count of that fruits1 array, whether it is deleted or not. So that is the reason why again I am calling size of function. So here the use of this size of function is, this is just similar to count function only. So this count function returns count of that particular array. Okay, number of elements of that particular array. Here size of function is also do the same task. So here this size of function will return the number of elements of fruits1. Now after deletion, what are the contents of, how many elements are there in fruits1? 3 elements. So this size of function will return 3. Now see, one more important function we can see here, that is var dump function. So this var dump function is also used for printing the contents of the array, but in clear manner. That means, what is the array of 0th element and what is the size of that element? What is the type of that element? And what is the array of 1 element? What is the size of that element? What is the type of that element? Like that, it will clearly explains about the type of the element and number of characters in that element and the position of that particular element very clearly. So we'll show the execution process of also. So that is about var dump function. Next to see, suppose if you want to print all the elements of the array. Okay, so specifically if you want to print one array element, then directly we can use echo fruits of index, fruits of 0 or fruits of 1, like that we can specify it. Suppose if you want to print all the contents of the array, then compulsory we need to use some looping statement. So here I am using this looping statement for displaying the contents of the array. Okay, so here for this for loop, $x equal to 0, that indicates that I am taking one variable that points to the 0th position of the array, and until the x value is less than or equal to array length. So this array length, for this array length I am assigning the count value. So what is the count of fruits? 4. So until the x value is less than array length, this loop will continues, and each and every element of that loop array I am printing by using echo statement. After printing, every time that value will be, x pointer moves to the next position for printing next value. Okay, this is about indexed array. Just to see the output of this indexed array. As we know how to execute this PHP programs, so you have to type localhost / file name of your program, indexed array.php. Right? See here, first it is displaying I like apple, guava and mango. Right? And here the count function is returning count of the array. So in that array 4 elements are there before deleting. So it is displaying 4. Now because of print r function, it is displaying this statement array of 0. equal to array of 1 equal to banana of 2 equal to go of 3 to mango of 4. Okay, so this is the, that means here array of 0 is apple, array of 1 is banana, array of 2 is guava, array of 3 is mango. Like that it is displaying. Now see the size of function. Size of function I am calling after deletion, after unset operation. So that is the reason why here it is displaying only 3, right? And after copying that 3 values into fruits 1, now I am printing that fruits 1 content. So it is displaying 3 elements. So this function, this is the output of, just observe, this is the output of var dump function. This is the output of var dump. Okay. So just now I told you var dump function clearly explain about what is the position of that particular value and what is the size of that value and what is the type of that value. See here the array contains 3 elements and first index value is apple and that apple is of type string and in that apple size is 5 characters. Similarly, next first index already we have deleted, right? So second index value is Goa and it is of type string and the size of that Goa is 5 characters width. Similarly, third, that is fourth position value, third index value is mango and the mango is of type string and the size of that mango is 5 characters width. So like this it is displaying, clearly displaying the entire information about the array. Now this output we got just because of for loop statement. Okay, so this is about indexed array. So in this program we have seen how to create an indexed array, how to access the elements of the indexed array. Now coming to the next topic, that is associative arrays. How to create associative arrays in PHP. As we just now I explained, associative array, in associative array, the data will be stored in the form of key value pairs, right? So here I am creating, this is the one way for creating associative array by using array function. Another way is by directly assigning the value to the individual element, individual index, right? So here I am creating an array with the name colors and in that colors array, first index name is color 1. For that color 1 I am assigning the value as red color. And here the second index is color 2. For that I am assigning the value as green. Third index third index name is color 3 and the value is white color, right? So this is the one way of creating the associative array by using array function. So here we need to specify the index name as well as the value. So always in associative array the indexes will be in the form of strings. In case of numeric array the indexes will be in the form of numbers. That is the difference. And here if you see like this, directly assigning to that particular index also we can create the array. So here I am creating one array with the name colors. For that, for color 1 index I am storing red color, color 2 index I am storing green color, color 3 index I am storing white color, right? Now if you want to access the elements of the associative array, now similarly same way we can access it. Echo $colors of index name. Suppose if the index name is color 1, automatically it will return red as a value. So let me show you an example for creating associative arrays. See, here I am creating associative array using array function. Okay, so how many values I am storing? 3 values I am storing in this age array. So here Ram is the index and 35 is the age. Now I want to create the age array. For this array, age array, I am taking name of the user as the index and age is the value. So age of Ram is 35, age of John is 37, age of Bob is 43. Now I just want to display only one student or one user information. Okay, so for this here I am using echo statement. Echo John is, or here John age is, or John is dollar age of John. So here for accessing elements of the associative array, we use array name and index. So here string index we need to use, right? So what is the string index? John. So what is the dollar age of John? 37. So here the 37 will be inserted. John is 37 years old. So after this I am inserting two blank lines by using break statement. Okay. Now see, if you want to count the number of values of the age or age array. Now here I am using count function for counting the number of values that you are storing in the age array. Okay. Now if you want to print all the values of the array. Now here I am using for each loop. Why I am not using for loop? So here the array indexes are not numbers. Here the array indexes are string types. That is the reason why for displaying all the contents of the array, we need to use for each loop. For each $age, that is name of the array, as $x. Here we are taking one variable x. X tends to $x of value. That means this $x indicates the index and $x underscore value indicates the value of that particular index. Okay. So here I am printing both the key as well as values. Key equal to $x. $x indicates the index. So here I am using names as the indexes. After that, value equal to $underscore value. X underscore value. That means the age will be displayed here, right? Let me show the output of this program. Same, use the browser, http:// localhost / and file name associative array .php. See here the output. John is 37 years old. Count equal to 3. There are 3 elements in that associative array. And here I am displaying that associative array, all the elements using for each loop in the form of key value pairs. So key is Ram, value is 35. Key is John, value is 37. Key is Bob, value is 43. So this is about associative arrays. So unlike numerical arrays, in associative arrays, the values will be stored in the form of, indexes will be stored in the form of strings. Okay. Now see the third category of arrays, multi-dimensional arrays. So just now I told you multi-dimensional arrays means in PHP, multi-dimensional arrays means array inside the array. So multiple arrays of array is called as multi-dimensional array. Okay. So here see how to create the multi-dimensional array. So here I am creating multi-dimensional array using array function itself. Right. So here I am creating multi-dimensional array with the name contacts. Okay, this is the variable name or array name, contacts. And here I am creating that multi-dimensional array using array function, right? So in this multi-dimensional array, I am storing 2 arrays information or 2 students information, right? So array of 1 student, array of 2nd student. So here array of name, this name will be the key and John will be the value. Mobile number, and this will be the value. Email is the key or index, and this will be the value of that email. Okay, this is about 1 student information. And here I am storing 2nd student information. That means multiple arrays I am writing in one array. So that is multi-dimensional array. Now if you want to access the elements of the multi-dimensional array, we need to pass 2 indexes. One index is about array name. Second index is about that particular field. Right? Now in this case, $contacts array I am creating. In this, array of 0 contains John information. Array of 1 contains Smith information, right? Now, if you want to access the values of this John or values of Smith, we can access like this. Echo John email ID is $contacts of 0. 0 indicates John details. So $contacts of 0 of email. Email indicates the email address of the particular John. Right? So this is the way to create a multi-dimensional array. I'll show one example program on multi-dimensional array also. Just look into this example. Same example. So one more example I am taking. See here. So in this example, I am creating multi-dimensional array for books. Right? Here also I am creating multi-dimensional array using array function only. Right? So inside this books array, I am storing information about 4 books. Right? So array of, this is for, this array belongs to, this array is about PHP complete reference textbook, and this array indicates Java complete reference textbook, and this array indicates C language textbook, and this array indicates web technology textbook. So here this 22 indicates the stock, how many number of books are there in the stock, and this 18 indicates the how many books are sold out. Okay, now I just want to print the contents of this multi-dimensional array. See, for printing contents of multi-dimensional array, we need to pass 2 indexes, right? So here separately I am printing each and every array value. I am not using any looping statement for printing all the arrays. So here I am using a single statement for printing each and every array. So $books of 0, 0. So what is the $books of 0, 0? $books indicates multi-dimensional array. Of 0 indicates PHP complete reference book, and this 0 indicates PHP complete reference. And in stock, $books of 0, 1. So $books of 0 indicates first array, and 0 indicates 0th element. 0th element is PHP complete reference. I mean, sorry, this array. And here 1 indicates this index 1 value, that is 22. And here sold, I am just attaching this string, $books of 0, 2. So $0 indicates the first array, and 2 indicates the last value, that is 18. Right? So what is the output of this statement? So PHP complete reference, in stock 22, sold out 18. So that value will be printed on the screen. So like this, for remaining 3 elements also I am printing. Just see the output of this program. Same, for executing PHP programs, we need to open the browser. From the browser only we can run the programs. So open the browser, type the URL, complete URL, wherever it is stored. Okay, as we know how to store the elements, in previous lectures I explained how to store the PHP program and where to store this PHP program. So just let me explain the output of this program. Localhost / multiarray.php. Okay, just click on enter. So it is displaying PHP complete reference, in stock 22, sold 18, and like that 4 books information. Right? So this is the way for creating multi-dimensional array in PHP. Now move to the next topic, next slide. Functions of the arrays. So what are the predefined functions we have in PHP to work with arrays? So here these are all the functions available in PHP to work with arrays. First function is a array function. This is used for creating an array. Just now we have seen example how to create array using array function. Second function is for creating the counting the number of elements in the array. Third function is also similar to the count function for counting the number of the elements in the array. Print r_r function, just it will display the contents of the array with a clear description. Okay, so array_reverse function is used for returning the elements of the array in reverse order, right? And we have array underscore merge function to combine or to concatenate two arrays, two array contents. Okay, so for this merge function, two arrays we need to pass. $color, common $my colors. So two colors we are merging, two arrays we are merging into single array, and that result will be stored under $color. Now array underscore keys. So actually this function is for used for associative arrays. So this function is used for returning keys of the associative array. Okay. So array underscore key underscore exists. So this function is used for checking with the specified key in the associative array is present or not. Okay. In the associative array, the indexes or the keys will be stored in the form of strings. So just for checking whether the specified string index is present in the array or not, we'll use array underscore key underscore exists function. Okay. Now next function is array underscore search function. So this function is used for searching the array for a given value. If that value is available in the string, that particular key will be returned to the user. So this function is also used on associative arrays. See the next function, array underscore push function. This function is used for pushing or inserting one or more elements into the array from the end. Now see the next function, array underscore pop. So this function is used for removing the elements from the array at the end of the array. Okay, not from the beginning. Now see, we have one more function like shift function. This shift function is used for removing the elements from the beginning of the array. So this is just reverse to the pop function. Okay. Now see array underscore slice function. This slice function is used for extracting the part of the array. Suppose here if you see array underscore slice of $colors of 1, 2. That indicates that suppose if your $colors array contains 10 elements, I want to extract only 2 elements from that or part of the array. First 2 elements as a part of that array. Then we need to use slice function. Okay. So finally last function is var underscore dump function. Just now we have seen the use of that var underscore dump function in the program also. This is also used for printing the contents of the array in clear manner. Okay, that means how many elements are there in the array and what are the types of each and every element, what is the size of the each and every element with index we can return to the user. So now coming to the next function, array underscore diff function. So this function is used for calculate the difference between two arrays. Okay, so current function is used for returning the current position element to the user. This is next function just points to the next element of the current element. Previous function points to the previous element of the current element. The reset function is used for setting the array pointer to the beginning of the list. Suppose you are at the end of the array. If you want to move that array pointer to the beginning position, then we need to use a reset function. So end function is used for setting the array pointer to the last element. Array underscore sum function is used for calculating sum of all the values of the array. If your array is a numerical array, then for calculating sum of all the numbers, we'll use array underscore sum method. Array underscore unique method is used for deleting the duplicate values from the array. Array underscore flip method is used for flips the array keys and values. That means this method is also used for used on associative arrays. This function just flips the values into keys and keys into values. And last function is the range function. Just now we have seen how to use this range function in the arrays. So this range function is also used for creating the array with a specified range. Okay. Now coming to the sorting functions on arrays. So we have sort function for sorting the array elements in ascending order. Suppose if you want to sort the array elements in descending order, we have rsort function. Suppose if you want to sort the associative array based on the key, then we use ksort function. Suppose if you want to sort the associative array using values, then we use asort function. So these are the predefined functions available in predefined array functions available in PHP language. Other than these predefined functions, array functions, we can also operate some operators on PHP arrays. So let us see those operators. Suppose if you want to combine two arrays, then we can also use plus operator for concat or for combining those two arrays contents. And double equal to operator is used for equality, whether the two arrays elements are same or not. This is a comparison operator just for comparing whether two elements are equal or not. Okay, if those two arrays elements are equal number of elements are there, then it will return true. And third operator is identity operator. So there is a difference between equality operator and identity operator. This identity operator checks whether the two arrays contains equal number of elements or not. At the same time, if all those elements are also in same order, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So for equality operator, the elements are not in the same order. If the number of elements of array A and number of elements of array B are equal, then it will return true. But in case of $A and $B, elements as well as the order is also same, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. And for not equal to operator, and here there are two not equal to operators are available in PHP. This not equal to operator returns if those two array contents are not equal. And here also same, this is also returns true if both are not equal. And this is not identical operator. So this operator is used for comparing whether the two arrays are not identical or not. It returns true if both are not identical. It returns false if both are equal. So this is about operators that we can apply on array. So with this, I can close the arrays concept. So what are the things you have learned in this arrays? First of all, we have seen what is an array and the categories of the arrays, how to create an array. 3 categories of arrays we have seen with the example program. After that, we have seen what are the predefined functions available in arrays. And after that, we have seen how to, what are the operators that we can operate on the arrays. So with this, arrays concept is over. In next session, I'll explain other topics in PHP. So thank you very much. Thank you one and all.